Hello.
Hi.
I had an idea to pump out more videos in between the big ones. I'm thinking of calling it Odd Bites or something. I guess we'll see when I make the title. But these are just essentially going to be like smaller versions of odd stories. Maybe I find some story that's interesting, but it ends in a dead end, or it's just like less grand or something like that. So yeah, if whoever finds this video and likes it, maybe check out the bigger ones. You know,
Please do. I worked very hard on them.
yes, we both work very hard. So yeah, okay. Anyway, I'll get into it. Heilbronn, Germany, a smaller, sleepy city encircled by vineyards, would be thrown into a mystery that had spanned 14 years and continued for 2 years after. On April the 25th, 2007, police officers Michelle Kiesewetter and Martin Arnold decided to stop at the parking lot of the local Theresienwiese. Weiss. I should have figured out how to
Is
say that.
this town in Germany? Because that is a
Yes, this is all German.
that explains the very hard to pronounce name.
Yeah, essentially a Theresienwiese is a fairground. I don't know why they
I
have
see.
such a complex name for just a fairground. So they stopped at this Therese Weiss for a 2 o'clock lunch break. While enjoying their break, the two were ambushed by two hooded figures. While Martin had survived the incident, Michelle had passed due to a fatal gunshot to the head. During the investigation, forensics had found the DNA of an unknown female, which had matched 40 other crime scenes dating back to 1993. While this phantom killer had been operating for a decade and a half, the killing of a cop had given the case a lot more publicity. So yeah, this is about the Phantom of Heilbronn. While she was related to 40 other cases, the reason why she gets the name the Phantom of Heilbronn is because this is what popularized her. The Guardian started writing about her, an American publication. Publications around the world started writing about her. Yeah, it's a very interesting story that twists and turns. I really enjoy
Did,
it.
did she ever get caught?
We'll find out.
All right, I suppose.
Would you like to take away the next paragraph?
Before this killer had been given the name of the Phantom of Heilbronn, she had been known as the Woman Without a Face. The first in a string of murders connected by an unknown female's DNA was 62-year-old Louis Liesolette Schlenger.
I
God, that's a
love
weird
Lisa
name.
letting my Schlanger.
That is such a weird name. Anyhow, who had been Liesolette Schlanger, who had been strangled by a wire taken from a bouquet found next to her in her home in Itter
Idar
Oberstein.
Ider Oberstein.
Ider Oberstein on May 25th, 1993. The scene had been an enigma. There were no signs of forced entry, nor were there witnesses. But forensics came up with mitochondrial DNA, which had been taken from a teacup found in the apartment. This case would sit cold for 8 long years until it was found in another case of strangulation on the 21st of March 2001 in Freiburg. That's how you say that, right?
Yeah, I just want to take a second. I love the names of their towns and these people's names. So Germany
I
sounds like a whimsical place of whimsy. I wonder what they did in
I
the
don't know. There's a lot of gimps
1930s.
running around. I see a lot of gimps on my fucking
That
Instagram
is
for
true.
you page.
I wonder what they did in the 1930s.
Doesn't matter. Frankly, reading this has embarrassed me because I've always prided myself on being a guy with a good grasp on English, but then just I get fucking blindsided by the sudden German names. Anyhow, this time the crime had been perpetrated against 61-year-old Joseph Walzenbach. Similarly, neighbors had not seen or heard anything amiss on that day, and there were no signs of forced entry. However, they did find DNA on a kitchen drawer which had been winked.
Winked.
Wait. However, they did find DNA on a kitchen drawer, which had been linked to the swab found all the way back in 90. The DNA would be found in connection with the murder of Jürgen Buehler and a break-in in Budenheim in October 2001, leading up to Michelle Kaiswetter's death. The DNA would have been found in 3 crime scenes across 2004, 2005, and
And I
2006.
wanted to say, I forgot to write this down, but those crime scenes were not related to murder. They were related to break-ins.
After the death of Kaiswetter, a task force named Parkplatz, German for parking lot, was found in.
Oh yeah, let's go to the Parkplatz. Oh yeah.
After the death of Kaiswetter, a task force named Parkplatz, German for parking lot, was founded in Heilbronn to investigate her murder and crimes connected to the Phantom after.
What are your thoughts so far?
German is hard.
Yeah, true.
German,
What about the
German is
mystery? Is
hard and it
there
confuses me.
is there anything you're picking up on in the mystery so far?
A break in, like no signs of break in and strangulation.
Anything else?
No, not really. I'm not really picking up on anything.
Okay.
I guess the whole DNA that links to someone who's not on record is weird.
Yeah. Okay, I'll continue. A string of burglaries in Austria had been connected to the Phantom after her DNA had been found at the scenes in 2008. Austrian authorities had concluded that the DNA shared characteristics found in the DNA of Eastern European and Russian people, but the German investigators did not know this at the time. In January of 2009, a reward of 300,000 euros had been promised in return for information on the elusive woman, while over 800 women were tested for a match. The over a decade long search ended later that year with a strange twist. Before reading, do you have any idea on what the twist is going to be?
Yeah, not a clue. I can't think of anything.
Okay. So let's take a trip to France. In
Dear God.
France, in France, the body of a burned male asylum seeker had been found. During the investigation, they processed his fingerprints and matched them with an asylum application. Unexpectedly, his DNA came back as female, and it matched the DNA found in the long string of phantom murders. After checking again, surprisingly, his DNA came back male and did not match the DNA found in Germany. It had been it had been found that for 16 long years, German and Austrian authorities had been chasing a female murderer who did not exist. The answer to the female's DNA lays within the cotton swabs they were using to collect forensic evidence.
That is a really dumb mistake. How did no one catch that before?
I don't know.
How how do the cotton swabs make it just show up as female in the DNA
Well,
tests?
I'll tell you, but before that, I will say Austrian authorities um started to believe that it wasn't a female, and these murders and break-ins were not as connected as they once thought. But the Germans did not believe that. They fully believed they were looking for a female killer, They put all of their efforts on that. They got really narrow minded about it. And it made a lot of these investigations suffer.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
It was found that the cotton swabs used to gather bodily fluids for testing were contaminated before shipping. These swabs were found to have come from the same factory, which was known to hire Eastern European women. While the DNA was found in both Germany and Austria, police in Moravia sourced their cotton swabs from elsewhere. So they never found DNA that connected to the Phantom cases, despite being close to them. Yeah, Moravia is another. It's another bordering like state. So that's just an interesting little thing.
Oh,
Due to this, the International Organization of Standardization created new standards that would cut out contamination factors going forward. While the case of the woman without a face put many other cases in the crossfire, it allowed for new standards against contaminants during the production of forensic tools. Isn't that
do
just
you think?
crazy? Did you think
eh,
anything like that was going to happen from this?
No, I thought it was going to be something horrible, like, oh, did the killer used a glove made from the skin of a woman or something like that? I
Oh,
don't
that'd
know.
be crazy.
Though I will say, do you think the lady who decided not to wear gloves that day, when she was on the production line, do you think she got fired?
I don't know if it was specifically one lady. I think it was a factory large problem.
I know I was joking.
Oh, okay. Well, that is
Though
said
yeah,
and
no,
sorry, what?
though though I do imagine part of it is like a bunch of them didn't wear gloves for some reason.
Yeah, it was a factory wide problem.
Very goofy.
Well, that is said and done. People in the audience may be wondering what happened to Michelle Kiesewetter and Martin Arnold. Well, it was found that they were attacked in a string of murders known as the NSU murders. These murders were perpetrated by a neo Nazi terrorist organization called the National Socialist Underground. Perpetrators Uwe Bonhart and Uwe Mundlos had seen the two and committed this crime of opportunity to steal their sidearms and handcuffs, which were retrieved in their eventual arrests. And that is the end of the Phantom Killer, the Woman Without a Face, the Phantom of Heilbronn.
I was just kind of plain goofy, like grim but goofy.
Yeah, I would say that there is like a sad underlying to it, in the fact that you know because the police were misled, that meant a lot of cases got misled. But I also, I mean, sure, I'm saying this from hindsight, and I'm not a forensic analyst. I'm not a police officer. I'm not a detective. So completely understand that what I'm about to say, you know, take it with a grain of salt. But why wouldn't they be able to figure that out? Like 40 cases, some of which, oh, like there were some similarities. Okay, like a lot of the murders were older people. There was some strangulation. One of the commonalities was some form of burglary or breaking and entering, like stuff like that.
Did they? You said the real murderers are neo Nazis. Did they ever figure out why they targeted those people
The
specifically?
the two cops.
Oh, was it because they're cops?
Yeah, the two cops. The NSU murders have nothing to do with the other burglaries and murders. It was
I
just
see.
the NSU murders were specifically connected to um, Michelle and Martin.
I see.
because they were
Hmm.
cops, and what did cops carry? They carry guns and they carry other supplies. They wanted their supplies.
Uh, okay, right, because this is Germany. They guns are illegal over there.
Yeah, they saw two cops sitting in a parking lot. Nobody else was around in the parking lot to be witness. They took the opportunity and killed them, or killed at least Michelle. Martin survived. Um, but that case, because those criminals were very messy, that case could have been solved a lot sooner if it weren't for the contaminated cotton swabs. Which, I mean, that sucks for the family of Michelle, and that sucks for Martin. Um, they had to go on living thinking that the one of at least one of the perpetrators was a woman who murdered Michelle. So yeah.
Do, do you know what this makes me think of? A saying that's mostly spoken in relation to OSHA, but like can be applied to just about anything of the nature is that every single regulation, every single safety regulation is written in blood. For
Yep.
which I should in case I need to explain this means every single like safety like regulation and precaution in like the entire world, they exist for a reason. So every time you see like a rule for what you shouldn't do, chance it's a, so if you see like you know a big list of safety rules, chances are almost every single one of those rules had an incident like behind them, and
Exactly.
that's why
Yep.
that rule exists.
Yep. That's
That's why
exactly right.
everybody jokes about OSHA. People joke about OSHA, but like
You're
I
nothing.
think I lost it. I think I lost it. Is the thing.
Where? Well, anyway, I'll continue your point. Every single rule that's ever been written about regulation was written because somebody was injured. So in this instance, the ISO, they were able to put on a level of standardization because of this accident. But frankly, the accident could have been avoided and it shouldn't have happened in the first place.
But now, thanks to the fact that it did happen, it will likely never happen again.
Or at least it might happen in a vacuum, but very small cases. Alrighty, that's it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Anyhow, y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.